everyone.
Hey.
Welcome to another dadageek stream. I'm so glad that y'all joined us. I am Kyle Evans. I'm the managing director at dadageek, and this is
Untitled Chapter. I help out dadageek with the projects in their community.
And so we've got some really cool, exciting stuff. For those of y'all that may not know, this year dadageek turned 5, which is really exciting. So it's amazing that a nonprofit like dadageek and its vision has been excited enough people that we've been able to stick around and have a really successful, wonderful time really bringing our mission to everyone. Those of y'all that are not aware, dadageek is a nonprofit based in Austin, Texas, and we bring art and technology education and different types of immersive art education to people. So we teach in all sorts of awesome classes based on art and technology, such as programming in Arduino, Ableton Live and electronic music production, and so much more. So awesome stuff. So a couple really cool things that are happening right now. You may have noticed that we are in a unique spot, right? This is actually at the Hive Gallery in the Hill Country Galleria, and we are setting back up for the reopening of the dadageek 5 exhibition, which originally opened up in December, along with the Bee Cave Buzz Fest. We shut down for a little while, and now we are able to open back up to the public. So right now we've got some artists that are on site that are setting some things up, some instructors, some former dadageek students, all sorts of awesome people here doing amazing things. So we're going to talk a little bit about the upcoming dadageek quarter, and also talk about some of these amazing artworks that are around.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Sounds excellent. Should we take them around?
Yeah, let's do it. Actually, first things first, let me pull up the website so everyone can see where it is, and so they can check it out if they want to. So let me pull it up. You're probably going to see my restream for a second. Yep, there it is.
If anybody has any comments or questions while we're live, feel free to
reach out in
the comment section. We'll pass them on to Kyle, bring you on the stream.
Absolutely. So this is our website, dadageek.com. If you can always keep up with us, you can sign up for a mailing list and things like that. You can find right here the information on the dadageek 5 special reopening event. So you can click here to learn more, and it should bring you to the Eventbrite page. There it is. And here's all the information that you need to know. It's going to be this Friday, March 19th. It's going to be from 6 to 8 p.m. I highly encourage y'all to come out. It's going to be great. So as well, you can also go right here to the dadageek.com webpage, and you can see courses up on the top. So if you click courses, here is this drop down, and we've got all sorts of awesome stuff. So we're going to go through and talk about some of these. And we actually do have Matt Steinke with us, and we're going to talk to him in just a second. But I do want to talk about some of these and mention some of these to y'all, because I think y'all are going to find them really interesting. Making Sense with Arduino, which is taught by John Mike, has been a really successful class at dadageek. A lot of people really want to learn about synthesis and building sense, and this is a great way not only to introduce yourself to Arduino, but also introduce yourself to the world of synthesis. We also have the amazing Adam Fengsrud, who is teaching Intro to Music Production in Ableton Live. Maybe you can tell a little bit more about Ableton Live and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so Ableton Live just launched Live 11 this past month. And Adam is going to give us a kind of a refresher course, intro course to people that are new to 11. A lot of people are coming to Live 11 from Logic and Pro Tools right now because of the great new features like creative comping and the great new audio effects that are available in Live 11. So first of all, Adam's a wizard. He's also an Ableton certified trainer. He's a great instructor. He's currently wrapping up generative music in Ableton Live course this quarter. And he decided to open up an intro to music production in Ableton for a lot of those people that are interested in making the leap to Ableton Live. And if you are interested in making the leap to Ableton 9, as a dadageek student, you get special access to Ableton student pricing. So, if you're curious about trying out Live 11 Suite or even getting a push, sometimes we have a really good partnership with Ableton. We have access to those kind of discounts. So.
Yep. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. I think it's like a 40% discount on Ableton signing up as a dadageek student, which is pretty great. So if you're interested in Ableton Live, that's a great way to jump in. Other things that we've got going on, making glitch art with processing. Glitch art is something that's very important to me and that I've been working in for a very long time. So it's something that I'm really interested in. And processing is a wonderful introductory programming language if anyone's interested. As well, right next to that is interactive audio in Max, which is my class. So maybe some of y'all, if you've played around with Ableton, you know Max for Live. This is the programming side that's inside of Ableton. So we're going to talk about not only basic synthesis concepts in Ableton, but also how we can create different graphical interfaces on iPhones and tablets and Androids, and different types of ways that we can interface with our computers and make interesting installations and performances. As well, we also have create a retro 2D RPG. So if you really want to fulfill your deepest nerdiness that you have inside of you, this is the way to do it. Learn to make your own games, right? I grew up on like those retro RPGs. All right, so I absolutely love that. That's taught by Bill Byrne, who also teaches at University of Texas. And finally, last but not least, intentionally last because he's right here, we have Mr. Matt Steinke, who is teaching expressive interfaces. So Matt, you know, tell us a little bit, before we go and look at your piece, and we talk about your piece, can you tell us a little bit about your class?
Yeah, so the general theme of this class is building physical electronic interfaces for software. So you might want to use it to control music software. You might want to control maybe processing, like video software. And so what we do is we figure out all the different ways we can get sensors and microcontrollers and software to shake hands and to cooperate. And this time we're doing it with the ESP32 microcontroller, which is wireless. So you'll be able to design projects that don't require wires.
That's awesome. Do you need to be like a programmer already to get into it, or is this kind of like has some intro stuff to it as well?
It's pretty basic programming, so you will learn programming, and
nice.
it's mostly programming, I would say, but it's not deep programming.
And I can personally speak to that. I'm currently taking Matt's Intro to Robotic Art course, having no prior programming experience, and he really makes it easy and accessible. He goes above and beyond and like showing those concepts at every level so that people that are taking the class that might be experts won't get frustrated. People like myself who are newcomers to coding.
And all the classes are recorded, so you can go back and check back.
That's a great thing. Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, all of our classes right now are online, and so what that means is like we've been offering classes to everyone, even outside of Austin, all over the world. People have been taking our classes, and they're all recorded. So that means you can meet in a classroom with your instructor at a certain time and go over everything, and they can discuss, and you can experiment and ask questions in real time. And then all of that is recorded, so you can go back on it later and figure it out. And all of our instructors also are really great about offering office hours and things like that. So if you have any outside questions about projects that you're working on, you can always reach out to them. Cool. Well, Matt, can we check out your piece that you have installed?
Sure. How do we do it?
I'm going to show you. I'm going to switch this over. Alberto's going to grab the camera, and I'm going to switch the microphone over. There we go. All right. We are mobile.
I think it's on. Let me just double check.
Sure. All right.
Yeah, it sounds like it's about to be.
Matt, tell us a little bit about this thing.
It's a sculpture that's. I'll wait till it's. So its basic form is it's set up like a musical instrument. Except here, I'll come over here so you can hear me. Is this where the microphone is?
Yeah, I can hear you pretty well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's set up like a musical instrument in the sense that it makes acoustic sound, but its main purpose is to make text like spoken text more confusing. And what it does is it augments consonant sounds with specific percussion sounds and vowel sounds with this mechanical filter, which is basically a vowel. And so one of the speakers, you can hear the actual text, which is from Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, and it's from phonics recordings. And then the rest of the piece is the augmented sound, sort of the composition that's built around the text. And then the piece is basically, the theme of it is this idea of self-help or self-help literature as this sort of form of nurture, consumable nurture that we can sort of purchase.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah, it's what I find it so interesting is when we first originally opened up, there was, it's a fantastic piece for so many people to interact with and do some fun stuff. But I noticed a lot of kids were super drawn to it as well. Yeah, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, it has kid colors.
Right. Yeah. And I think like the movement, the interaction, and all that kind of stuff. It's beautiful. So is this the kind of things like working with motors and stuff that you'll be talking about a little bit in your class?
We do a little bit in the expressive interfaces class. We'll do some output, which is what I call it when we use motors, and then but mostly it's focused on input, which is like potentiometers, buttons, and sensors.
Awesome.
But we do both. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic.
A lot of my classes overlap in that way.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, thank you, Matt.
Yeah,
this is awesome. If you want to come, make sure to come and check out his piece at the dadageek 5 exhibition. But we're going to do this. We're going to keep looking at some more work. As well, Matt, if you remember, he's teaching his class, Expressive Interfaces. And if you want to learn how to make your own robotic artworks and things along those lines, then sign up for his class. Check it out. Let's go over here to Andrew, who we had a video recently. You might have seen Andrew in a video. Here is Andrew Martin. Andrew, can you tell us about your piece?
Sure. I'm calling it Tonal Planes, working title. It's essentially just a aluminum frame that I fabricated to sort of represent these three intersecting planes of light. You can't hear it right now because I'm currently working on setting it up, but there's audio associated with each one of these bulbs. Each bulb represents a note, and as it goes through and cycles through all these different programs, it plays the notes and lights up as it sees fit. This originally was an interactive piece that I made where there were three controllers that had contacts that were connected to each of the bulbs, so you could turn on and off one bulb at a time by touching it. So this is sort of the autonomous iteration of that piece for this gallery space, and it'll just run and run and run as long as it's turned on.
Awesome. Fantastic. Yeah, I like that this is like a multi-iteration piece.
Yes.
Right? I've seen it. Like
Yeah.
you recreated it in multiple different ways, multiple different kinds, and this is kind of like it keeps getting cooler and cooler and cooler each time.
Yeah, this is the most refined like fabrication of it that I've done, using the aluminum frame, and the bulbs are a little bit brighter, they're a little bit more reliable than the previous ones I used. The wiring, while exposed, is a lot cleaner up there than it was the first time I made it. Down here is still a nightmarish bird's nest, but yeah, it comes along. It's cool because the piece is simple enough that it's kind of like a blank piece of paper. I can write whatever programs I want for it, and the longer I stare at it, the more ideas I have for things to do with it.
Yes.
So, yeah.
That's a sign of a good piece.
Yes, yeah, mesmerizing.
Awesome. Oh yeah, if you want to come and check out Tonal Planes, make sure to come on Friday, 6 to 8. You can come and see it for yourself and actually hear it, because he'll have it all programmed and figured out. One more, let's go check out this over here. So this is a piece that I helped collaborate on with a team of people at Dada Lab. Dada Lab is our arts making arm of dadageek, right? It's a connected organization, a lot of the same and similar people. This one is called Glockally. I'm going to turn it on real quick. Right now it is just muted, but if I turn it on and let it run, you can come up close to it. And you can kind of see some of the lights and hear it. There's actually motors inside of there that are hitting the edges. They're making those sounds, and it lights up. So this is all stuff for sitting and tuning and getting ready for the opening exhibition. So just all sorts, more work to come and check out. It's really loud. I'm gonna put it on mute for the moment. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, so that's another example of amazing work. Let's just go around and start looking at some of these other ones that are going to be up. Ed Schechmader, he's going to have, sorry Ed if I mispronounce your last name, I do that all the time. He's going to have video artwork right here that's absolutely gorgeous, and y'all will have to come and see it. Right? He actually created this like industrial frame and everything to put it up on. So beautiful piece, you'll have to come check it out. And if we come over this direction, now you don't see it, but right here in the middle is going to be this massive, gigantic, inflatable blob that's made by Johnny Walker. And it's filled with light, and it's got air, it's moving and constantly changing, and it's very, very, very gorgeous and beautiful. Coming around through here, here's some amazing more work. This is Reconnected by Nick Harbrough. He created this work a long time ago in one of my Arduino classes. So he actually went through and scraped data from, from Craigslist misconnections. And it displays all these like, sometimes kind of like poetically generative, beautiful statements, and sometimes they're terrifying and sometimes they're hilarious. It's all sorts of a mix of kind of amazing things like dramatic and funny mix of things. So it's a great piece to sit and just watch for a long time. All scraped from Craigslist misconnections. All right, and this is Caroline Walker. This is her Signs of Kindness piece. So you can actually download an app, and I wish I could show you, but that's my phone right now, so you have to come and do it yourself. You download this app, this QR code, and you face it at this sign, and it's an augmented reality piece. So it actually looks like the sign just comes to life, and it starts playing audio and doing all sorts of amazing things. So it's an incredible experience to check out. And finally, let's head over here and go say hi to Ryan. Ryan Paget, can you squeeze through here, Alberto?
Let's see.
Yeah. There we go.
Bumpy.
All right, Ryan Paget is here.
Hello.
Ryan, what have you created?
Yeah, so this piece is called Waves of Harmony. It's an audio-visual instrument that you can play. So when you play it, you create music and visuals at the same time. The music is, all the music programming is built in Max, something that I learned taking Kyle's Max class. And I had worked with a musician, Sarah McSweeney, to record some vocals and piano, and we essentially have those playing backs as loops. Also, something I learned in Matt Steinke's expressive interfacing classes was learning how to use sensors to trigger things like on an Arduino. So
How does this work?
yeah, so this interface here is consists of 7 ultrasonic sensors, and you simply just wave your hand or hold your hand over top. And it might be hard to see, but you can see these are actually LED lit from the underside, and each one has a voice associated with it. So, and each of these samples are all in the key of G, so you can play all of them together and they all sound harmonically consistent. When you activate these samples or these sounds, you're actually vibrating a small little vessel of water that is mounted onto a subwoofer. And that subwoofer, according to these sensors, has been tuned to very specific frequencies so that they create cymatic patterns. Those cymatic patterns are projected onto a screen here, and so you're literally creating live visuals with water.
That's beautiful. I love how it almost just sits still right there. It's amazing. And so this is a camera then that's facing into the water, and then you're projecting it out here.
That's right.
What can you tell us about that beautiful artwork in the background?
Yeah, so that was just an image that I had found that was kind of an inspiration for the piece, and it's a very similar pattern to what you see in these cymatic patterns. And myself and Tasha McSweeney had actually hand painted that. So those are just big black map boards. I just wanted to have a really nice visual backdrop for it that felt like similar to the piece. So.
Beautiful. Yeah, amazing work. And I know a lot of people love playing with this piece. And I'm excited that it gets to open back up again.
Absolutely.
People get to come and see it.
Totally.
Yes, awesome. Thank you so much, Ryan. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, let's head back over to home base, shall we?
All right.
So yeah, you'll see this whole gallery kind of come alive if you come out and see all these artworks that we have placed out here.
Touching down.
All right, and there we are. We're back. Let me switch over to the other camera, or to the other microphone. There we go. Beautiful. Alberto, awesome stuff, right?
Yeah, this is great. And I want to congratulate you on 5 years.
It's exciting.
It's a big deal.
Right? I know.
Yeah.
We're like, actually, we're making cool stuff, and neat things are happening, fun things are happening. We're still teaching amazing courses. So check them out. I think you're really going to like them. So once again, if I show you where you can navigate to, here is Matt's course, but if you go to dadageek.com, and you go to, right there on dadageek.com, you can see information about this opening event, which is going to be, like I said, Friday, March 19th from 6 to 8 p.m. in the Hive, which is the gallery here in the Hill Country Galleria in Bee Cave. So it's a really great space. It's really big and huge and spread out, and it's just a wonderful space to come and experience this kind of artwork. And then you can also find all of our courses always listed under our courses tab up at the top. You can come down here and check out all of our stuff. And if you know someone who would be interested in checking out a course, you can also purchase a gift card for them, which is a really great option.
Yeah, and I also wanted to mention in these 5 years, dadageek has touched a lot of lives, has inspired a lot of people, and we're currently doing so in the form of scholarship programs. So if you're watching this
Yes.
and you know somebody that could use some help getting started in a new profession or learning a new trade, we have scholarships available on our website. Kyle's about to show you.
Yeah, so if you go to our landing page, dadageek.com, up here at the top, we also have scholarships. And oh, there's a picture of Ryan's piece right there. Yeah. So if you come down here, we have $100 scholarships. We have full course scholarships. And we also have Black, Indigenous, and People of Color scholarships as well. We also offer a wide variety of payment plans that you can just reach out to us to check out, and technology assistance if you are a local Central Texan. So all sorts of great opportunities.
And I want to take this opportunity to shout out to Alex McLean, Ellie Bostwick, Marshall Spalding, who are this past quarter scholarship recipients, or some of the scholarship recipients. So yeah, if you are interested in applying, feel free to do so. If you know somebody that would benefit from applying for the scholarship, by all means share it. And if you want to make an impact, a positive impact on somebody's, either career pivot or their path as an artist, the dadageek scholarship is a great way to do that.
Absolutely. All right, wonderful. Well, Alberto, thank you so much for joining us so we could check out all of this stuff. Definitely come out. We invite everyone to come out to the Hive Friday.
Yeah.
It's going to be an amazing event. Check out our upcoming quarter. There's so many awesome things that you can find there. And always feel free to reach out to us with any questions. You can reach out to me, Kyle at dadageek.com, and you can reach out to Alberto at dadageek.com. So thank you everyone so much for tuning in for this brief and impromptu stream.
Yeah, this is great. I hope I didn't make anybody dizzy with my camera work.
Hopefully not. Yeah. All right. Thanks everyone.